In today's video, I'll be placing 100 Celestials and 100 of the best ultimates to see which rarity can get the furthest on endless mode in Toilet Tower Defense. As of right now, there's a total of 2 Celestials, so I'll be sure to place down 50 of each. And for the ultimate sim, we'll bring the best 5, which will have 20 of each. So make sure you watch until the end to see which rarity wins. And without any more waiting, let's just start with the Team Celestials, that of which will have the Executioner Speaking Man and the Omega Reactor Overlord. So there's both equipped in it, and let's just see exactly how far we can get on endless mode right away. Here we go. And obviously, once we place down all 100 of these ultimates, we'll definitely make sure to fully auto skip the entire time. But for now, we're just gonna type in set toilet movement multiplier all the way down to 0, just to make sure no enemies can even get much past the spawn point over this way, since they're literally frozen in place. Yeah, now that they're all frozen in place, now we're running the command add money, Manitage, and this giant $1 dollar amount right there. And yeah, now we just need to start placing 50 of each and every single ultimate right away. Yeah, I think we'll start with all 50 of the Omega Reactor Overlords. So there's 10 placed, 20, and boom, now we actually have 24 placed, meaning we can't place any more down for now. Now that we have 24 placed though, we definitely need to run another command, which is actually set placement limit all the way down to around, actually up to 150. Yeah, we'll just set it to 150 to make sure we have enough space for every single one of these. And yeah, now we can go right back to placing the rest of these 50 Omega Reactor Overlords. There's 30 placed, 40, and just like that, finally all 50 placed right then and there. Nice. Yeah, now that we have all 50 of the Omega Reactor Overlords placed, we can definitely place down all 100 of the Celestial Executioner Speakermans right over this way. So I have nice. Already we have 10 placed, 20, 30, 40, and finally all 100 just placed down just like that. Nice. Honestly though, this probably isn't really the best spot for all of these guys, so instead we're actually going to sell some of them over this way. And now that all 16 of those are sold, we can definitely replace some over this way, because I feel like this is going to be a slightly better spot to keep them. So yeah, now we have 90 Celestials placed, as well as all 100 placed just like so. Okay, yeah, this is much better for sure. We'll take this spot. Yeah, now that every single one is placed though, we can definitely start the round right away, starting with fully auto-skipping the entire time. Let's do this. Yeah, now let me let every single toilet start moving once again though, just like so, and yeah, let's see exactly how far we can get. In the meantime, while every single toilet is starting to move on, we can definitely start maxing out the rest of these too, but while using this auto clicker right here just to make it go even quicker. And yeah, essentially what we're gonna do is just go down the row of each of these guys and start maxing them out right away. Yep, there we go. Finally by wave 5, we finished row number 1. Row number 2 is done by wave 7. And finally, just like that, at last, by wave 8, we finished down the final row. And you have every single Celestial is fully maxed out, as you can see here. And all that's left to do now is see exactly how far we can get on endless mode right away. I mean, now we're already we're actually only one wave away from wave 10, which is our first boss wave. And yep, now that it's gonna skip to wave 10 just like that, we already have our first boss spawning in, which is the large glasses toilet. In fact, yep, there it is in 3, 2, 1, yep, boom, with 15,000 health on it, and yep, it's instantly gone as soon as it gets targeted right on this area over this way. Nice. Yeah, now that we honestly already did defeat the wave 10 boss, I might as well just see you guys on wave 20, and real quick before we do that, let me unclick all these, because it's going to be annoying to have them all being popped up on the screen. Yeah, there we go, much better. Now they're all removed. Oh wait, never mind, there's still them on the Celestials, so yeah, let me remove all these too. Okay, much better. Now they all should be gone. Perfect. Yeah, that way we can get a real clear view of what they actually look like, rather than them all being like all in the way and stuff like that. That was much better. I mean, now we're already 3 waves away from wave 20, and 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, there we go. We officially made it to wave 20 on the dot. Yeah, we already somehow have enemies passing this corner over this way, but it's really not too big of a deal since the main part of our DPS is honestly over here. But yeah, this is the wave 20 boss, the Mutant Toilet 2.0, this time dying over this way. Yeah, compared to where the wave 10 boss died over here, it's definitely a slight improvement for sure, but it really shouldn't be taken too seriously. I mean, I'm expecting to at least make it to wave 130, if not wave 140, 150, or even wave 160, but I guess we'll find out shortly enough. Either way, now I'll just see you guys once we make it to wave 30, which shouldn't really be too long at all. See you guys soon enough. Yeah, boom, there we go. Now we finally made it to wave 30. On wave 30, we have the flying dual buzzsaw toilet spawning in. So yeah, there it is with the 808,000 health on it, and this time, wow, it's gonna pass this corner all the way, making it right here. Jeez, that was close. Yeah, I think that now that it reached over here though, the Omega Reactor Overlord for the first time ever was able to hit it instantly, which is why it pretty much instantly died as soon as it got to that spot. Yeah, at this point we already have enemies constantly rounding this corner at this point, and yeah, those rockets are from the Omega Reactor Overlord. But I think for the most part we will still be alive, so I'll just see you guys once enemies start reaching this corner, or if we make it to wave 40. Probably see you guys in 8 waves for now. Alright, yeah, there we go. We officially made it to wave 40 now, and yeah, enemies are constantly still getting to this corner, but nothing made it to this far yet. And even the glitch float really can't make it that far at all. It's still dying over here. Yeah, that's exactly where the wave 30 boss died, mainly just because that's when the Omega Reactor Overlords can start targeting it, as you saw that one moving right here. But now just see you guys by wave 50, or if enemies finally start reaching this corner. Probably see you guys in 9 waves now. Alright, yep, nice. Now we also made it to wave 50, and on wave 50 we have the giant smooth toilet spawning in, and this one might actually be able to reach this corner, considering even these flamethrower toilets are making it even further than normal. Yeah, there it is with 9 million health, and we already got it below. 9 million, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, never mind. Yeah, but still instantly died over this way, and it was super easy to get, and now I'll see you guys by wave 60. Alright, yeah, boom. Now we finally made it to wave 60. On wave 61 is when the frost skeleton toilet spawns in. So yep, now let's skip to wave 61, and there it is. Yeah, this one is double the health than the giant smooth toilet had, but either way, we should still be able to defeat it in basically the exact same spot. As now we got it down to 15 million health over here, and yep, now it's gonna start taking a lot more damage, so now it's already down to 10 million health right then and there. 5 million over this way, and yep, nice. There it goes in the exact same spot. We'll take it. Well, now I'll see you guys by wave 70, or finally enemies start rounding this corner. See you guys soon enough. Alright, yep, there we go. Now we also made it to wave 70, and on wave 70 we have the giant turkey toilet spawning in. This one has 34 million health, and we're still instantly taking care of everything, so there's really nothing to worry about at all. On wave 71 we have the giant turkey toilet, so there it is with 34 million health. And now we already got it down to its last 30 million health, 20 million over here, 10 million as it does its stun ability, and nice, it's also dead as soon as it used that ability. We'll take it once more. It's kind of crazy that literally nothing can get past this spawn point over this way, considering we just do so much damage. But you know the drill. See you guys by wave 80. Yep, there's wave 80, and still enemies can't get past this section over here. But on wave 80, we have the final easy boss to defeat, the dual cargo toilet. And yep, there it is right then, and there. Oh, okay, yep, there it is with 10 million health. And yeah, it's gonna get absolutely shredded through, so there it goes in 3, 2, 1, and... Okay, maybe I was a few seconds off, but now there it goes. We'll take it. Yeah, there's both of the glitch toilets. They're kind of hard to see, but there goes both of them in that cloud of just like a bunch of explosions or whatever. But boom, now we're officially 10 waves later on wave 90. Yeah, still nothing much has even gotten to this corner now. In fact, I don't even think a single toilet has quite yet. But honestly, at this point, I think we're gonna have to turn on low GFX just to get rid of all those annoying explosions, bro. They actually PMO. Anyway, yeah, there's the broken heart tool with 144 million health on it, that of which we already got down to 140 million health, 130, 120, 110, 100, 90, 50. Oh wait, this is gonna be the first one to actually reach the corner. Yeah, no, it actually rounded it, and this time died right here. It just barely passed it, to be fair, but at least finally by wave 93, we had our first toilet to finally reach past this corner, which definitely took quite a while, and I'm sure there's not gonna be any other toilet to reach that corner until we make it to wave 100. But boom, now we officially made it to wave 100 as well. Yeah, on wave 100, we have the DJ toilet 2.0 with 206 million health on it, but still no enemy has gotten to this corner. Not even this interceptor. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, I guess the interceptor actual toilet also reached this corner. But yeah, on wave 100, we have the DJ toilet 2.0. Yep, there it is with 206 million health. That of which we already got down to 200 million health right then and there. But now it's down to 190 million, 180, 170, 160, 150, 140, 130, 120, 110, 100, 50, 30, 20, 10, and GG over here this time. Yeah, that is definitely the new record over this way. Wow. Luckily for the most part, we were able to fairly easily DPS it down, so we should still be good to at least make it to wave 130, if not wave 140 or wave 150. But actually, on wave 104, we have a bunch of quad rocket shield tools also making it this super far. Luckily for the most part, they are still dying a year earlier than any other boss so far. But actually, on wave 104, we have another 2 DJ tool 2.0s to defeat again. Finally, we got them down to 200 million health over here, though. But yeah, these quad rocket shield tools definitely set the record over this way this time. Now they're down to 100 million health, though. And the front one's down to 50 million, 30, 20, 10, and you have GG's on this corner. And this time the second one's basically gonna die in the exact same spot once more. On wave 106 though, we have even more quad rocket shield tools spawning in, and this time it's a lot more than last time. And yeah, so far the record's right over here, I guess, and it seems like that's not really gonna get much past that. Oh yeah, okay, well never mind. Okay, well I guess it's still right here, but now it's tied for over here. And now we're finally 3 waves away from wave 110. And 2 waves away. 1 wave away. And yeah, this time and this away, there's 2 more digit 2.0s that died over here. And boom, now we finally made it to wave 110 on the dot. On wave 110 though, we do have the Mutant Pumpkin tool spawning in as our next boss with 292 million health. But in the meantime, we already have another one that has 282 million health. That's gonna set a new record all the way over this way, that this time it's gonna die right over here. On wave 112 is when the actual Mutant Pumpkin tool boss spawns in, so yeah, there it is over this way. And nice, we already got it below 290 million health, 280 million, 270, 260, 250, 200, 150, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and yep, GG's over this way. That one somehow died even earlier than any other one so far. Definitely very interesting, but now I'll just see you guys once another 12 beats this record all the way over here. See you guys hopefully by wave 120 though. Okay, well here we go, by wave 117, now we have Mutant Pumpkin Tool making it all the way over here, but now we're 3 waves away from wave 120. But yeah, that definitely set the new record over this way this time. Yeah, the old record was right here, so I guess it's slightly better. But now we're 2 waves away from wave 120, 1 wave away, and bang, now we officially made it to wave 120. On wave 120, this time instead of wave 91, wave 81, wave 112, we actually have it spawning in on wave 120, the Astro Toilet. Yeah, this one is 246 million health, which is definitely quite a lot more than any other boss so far, but now we even have Quad Rocket Shield Tools passing this corner. Luckily, they are super easy to get, and now we already got the Astro Toilet below 200 million health, as well as 150 million, 100 million, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and yeah, this is definitely the new record all the way over here. Definitely insanely far for sure, but now let's just see how once enemies start passing this corner once again, or once we make it to wave 130. Yeah, but alright, here we go. By wave 125, now we have even more Quad Rocket Shield Tools passing this corner, this time dying over this way, as well as a few Mutant Pumpkin Tools also able to pass it. But now there's only 3, 2, 1, and yep, there goes the final one right here. Yeah, now enemies are back over to this way, which is definitely where they should be. But now we're 3 waves away from wave 130, and 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and bang, just like that, we officially made it to wave 130 on the dot. On wave 130 though, we have another boss spawning in, actually on wave 130, which is the wave it should be spawning in. And this time around, it's actually the Rabbit Tool with 658 million health, so there it is in 3, 2, 1, and boom. Yeah, 686 million health is definitely quite a lot, but for the most part, we should still be good to get it. In fact, it should even die before any other world record all the way over here. As already over this way, it's down to 600 million health, 500 million on that corner, 400 million over here, 300 million over this way, and never mind. Okay, it looks like it is actually going to be the record, as this still is 200 million health, where the last enemy that got the furthest died. But now it's down to 100 million health, and nice. Okay, it's going to die right on this corner, all the way up this way, right over here. Unfortunately though, that definitely did pave the way for a lot more enemies to also start making it extremely far, like all these DJ Tool 2.0s and this Mutant Pumpkin Toilet. In fact, yeah, the Mutant Pumpkin Toilet is actually going to set the new record right after that wave 130 boss. Yeah, this time dying all the way over this way, right over here. Luckily for the most part, now that we took out that though, not many enemies will be able to make it much further than that, even though this Astro Soldier Tool is also going to set a new record. This time making it to this corner all the way over this way, jeez. And dang, now we also have an Astro Tool to deal with right after that one. Yeah, this one's gonna make it even further than last time, this time making it over here with 100 million health. And this time dying all the way over this way on the opposite side of it's 100 million health spot over here, dang. Yeah, now we're already 3 waves away from wave 140 though, but in the span of 10 waves, the record went from only over this way to all the way over here, jeez. Yeah, I'm not so sure if this is going to be able to get us dug out, bro. It's going to be tough to dig ourselves out of all these enemies that are making it extremely far, as now we're 2 waves away from wave 140. And we hold up, yeah, now that we're 2 waves away, enemies are only over this way once again. Okay, wait, hold up, we're actually starting to make some progress at least. Yeah, now we're only 1 wave away from wave 140. But, oh boy, never mind. It looks like there's actually a few decent toilet 2.0 snuck in with all the giant smooth toilets. Never mind. Yeah, we are not making a comeback anytime soon. Jeez. Yeah, both of which still have 300 million health on them, which is definitely quite a lot. Not to mention that there's also an Astro Toilet with 250 million health still. But at least we were able to make it to wave 140, so I guess that's some progress for sure. I guess we can't really complain too much at all. Yeah, we already took out the Astro Toilet all the way over this way, and this and the two DJ Toilet 2.0s are dying right here. But yeah, there's the Wave 140 boss, the second Astro Toilet with 317 million health on it, that of which we got below 300 million health on this corner. And yeah, any second now, unfortunately, it will put up a shield, but luckily we got it below 250 million health before it did, and yeah, there goes the shield with 234 million health still. Now we finally put down the shield all the way over this way, which actually caused it to finally go below 200 million health. 100 million before it puts up a shield again. Oh, never mind. Okay, it still has 110 million health. But now we got it below 100 million health. And dang, yeah, it looks like it's actually going to set a new record all the way over this way. Jeez, yeah, here's the new record over here. Yeah, yet again, that boss paved the way for a lot more enemies to continuously make it far. Yeah, even by wave 147, we have Astro Toilets making it all the way over this way once again, but luckily now we're only 3 waves away from wave 150, and 2 waves away, and now we even have Quad Rocket Shield Toilets reaching it to this corner of the map. Jeez. Yeah, I think we honestly might end up losing before wave 160. It's going to be close whether or not we're able to make it there, since now we're already approaching the toilet cap now too. But now we're 1 wave away from wave 150, and yeah, the furthest Quad Rocket Shield Toilet made it all the way over this way, so this is definitely the new record for now. It looks like it's already going to get past due to a bunch of Interceptor Astro Toilets making it far. But at last, there we go. We somehow made it to wave 150, and we're somehow also below 100 Toilets on the map, at least temporarily, as yep, now we're right back to being over 100. On wave 150, we have the Juggernaut Astro Toilet spawning in, and this one's going to make it even further than the last one made it. But yep, there it is with 658 million health, but now we even have normal Astro Toilets making it back here. Yeah, like I said, there's no way we make it to wave 160, especially if the new record is all the way over this way, even only by wave 152. And the majority of them don't even reach much past this section over this way, and considering now we have so many Quad Rocket Shield Toilets even passing this corner now too, it's definitely safe to say we are dead within the next 5 waves. Either way, we somehow got the Juggernaut Astro Toilet below 600 million health, that of which is actually, wait, no, it's already in the front over here. And now we actually got it down to 500 million health exactly on the dot. And now that it should be putting down any second now, we'll be down to 400 million health a few seconds later, just like so. And now it's down to 300 million health. And dang, now it put it just a shield again with over 222 million health still. Yeah, I think this actually might be the enemy that actually gets on by that causes us to lose. No way. Yeah, so it's 200 million health over this way. 100 million health all the way over here, but boom, yeah, now it put up a shield once again. And we also somehow already reached the toilet cap now too, which is definitely not a good sign. But for the most part, it's still fluctuating enough to make it so we can still somewhat continuously skip temporarily. Yeah, now the Juggernaut Astro Toilet is down to 45 million health, but it shield once more. But this time, finally, all the way over this way, we are able to take it out as there it goes right then and there on this corner. Jeez, that was close. Yeah, now we're only 3 waves away from wave 160, but now we have a Specialist Astro Toilet to defeat with 400 million health still, that I honestly think is gonna get on by. I feel like there's really no way we're gonna be able to deal enough damage to take it out. In fact, yeah, now we have 250 toilets on the map, meaning there's no way it's gonna skip to wave 160. Somehow, someway, we did get it down to 300 million health cells, so there is a shot that we are able to take it out. As now it's down to 200 million health, 100 million all the way over here, but yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to take out any of these Astro Toilets to begin with. Yeah, just barely we are able to take out the Specialist Astro Toilet all the way over this way, but it's just not enough to take care of all the Astro Toilets along with it. So yeah, by wave 157 on the dot, we lose in 3, 2, 1, and wow, G freaking G's. Yeah, 57 of playing just to get wave 150 on the dot. I guess that's honestly not really that bad at all. And yep, after both games, we'll definitely have a leaderboard up on screen for how far each rarity got, and right now the Celestial team is in first place with 150 waves beaten. Last up on the list, it's definitely time to test out a full team of ultimates. Well, actually, we'll only have 5 to be exact, just so we can place 20 of each. And for this team, we'll definitely make sure to use the Angelic Guardian, Titan Warlord Clockman, Telanthric Titan, Upgraded Titan Clockman, and finally the brand new Chrono Clockman. So if this entire team fully equipped it out once again. And without any rewarding, let's just see exactly how far we can get once again. Yeah, yet again we'll do basically the exact same thing as last time by starting by freezing all toilets by doing set placement or set toilet movement multiplier down to 0. And then add money, Man of Taj, and then this giant number right there. Yeah, now we need to start by placing down 20 of every single ultimate, and I think for starters we might as well just start with the oldest one, the Upgraded Titan Clockman. Yeah, we mainly brought this unit for its toilet rewind ability, where it basically instantly rewinds the toilet, which is super helpful. And obviously it does have time to stop, which makes it even better for sure. But yeah, there's 1 placed, 2, Oh my goodness, okay, these guys are so fat. I think instead we're gonna have to play something else, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think instead, since the main form of DPS will actually be the Telanthric Titan, we'll actually start by placing a ton of these in this section over here. So now there's 1 placed, 2, 3, and okay, it seems like we can fit 4 to a row. Yeah, now we have 5 placed, 10, 15, and finally all 20. Yeah, now that we have all 20 of the Telanthric Titans placed, we can definitely start working on all the Titan Warlord Clockmans. But actually, wait, hold on. I have an idea. What if we sell, like, 2 of these Telanthric Titans? That way we can fit in a Titan Warlord Clockman in the center just like that. That way this one can start boosting every single one of them with its cooldown boost just like so. Yeah, that was definitely a smart idea for sure. No doubt about it. Every single one in this white circle in the direct center is actually getting fully boosted out, which is super helpful. Not to mention that's only 1 out of the 20 we are placing, so yeah, we'll definitely be able to fill in even more spots soon enough. But there we go. Once again, we finally have all 20 of the Telanthric Titans placed, and now we can all place down all of the Titan Warlord plugins right away over this way, I guess in the surrounding area. So there's 2 placed, 3, and dang, now we actually reached the toilet cap now that we placed down 4 in total. Yep, yet again though, we'll just set the placement limit all the way up to, I guess, 100, so let's do set placement limit, Man of Taj, and just set it to 100 this time. Yeah, because of that placement limit, now we finally have 5 placed, 10, and finally there's all 20 of them fully placed out just like that. Yeah, they basically surround every single Telanthric Titan, which is definitely going to help us out a lot since now every single one of them will have a cooldown boost. But now that we have all 20 of the Telanthric Titans placed as well as all 20 of the Titan Warlord Clockmans placed. But now we can definitely start placing down all of the Chrono Clockmans because this is going to be our main form of slowing since it literally does 80% toilet slowing, which is super helpful. And luckily since they're actually super small, we can just place a ton of them down in these sections over this way just to keep them all in the direct center. So yeah, we're essentially just going to place them in all the gaps that aren't filled up by the other ultimates that are in these sections over this way. Like, look, we can even fit one. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, like, look, I'm pretty sure I saw green over this way. Yeah, there's one fit all the way over here, so now we have 4 placed. And yeah, look, we can even fit them literally, like, right in this stretch over this way. This is actually kind of clutch. Yeah, look, we can even fit them in these stretches over this way, bro. This is so good. Yeah, because of that, there's 10 placed. And now we should probably place them in the center area over this way too. But finally at last, by wave 1, just like last time, we have all 20 of those ones placed now too. Yeah, now that we finally have all 3 of these ultimates fully placed out, and every single one should basically be boosted now too, we can definitely start working on all 20 of the Angelic Guardians. Yeah, the main reason why we brought the Angelic Guardian is for the Smite ability right here, which basically acts like a Telanthric Titan ability, but it lasts a little bit longer and it does a lot more damage. But nice, there's 5. And dang it, wait, if we place them too close up, they'll actually start defeating an enemy because, yeah, now we actually made it to wave 2. So now we have 5 placed, 10, and finally all 20 Angelic Guardians now placed down too. Yeah, what a crazy sight to see. Jeez, there's a lot of ultimates placed right now for sure. And finally, last but not least, we can definitely max out all 20 of the upgraded Titan Clockmans. Yeah, hopefully we can still fit in 20 in this entire section over this way, because yeah, they are ultra fat to place. Like, look, we have to place one all the way back there, and then all the way back over this way just to fit in a second one. But anyway, yeah, finally there's 10 of the upgraded Titan Clockmans placed, and 15. And finally, last, once we find one more decent spot to place down our last upgraded Titan Clockman, we'll finally have all 100 ultimates fully placed out. Yeah, I think for our final one, we'll probably just end up placing it all over this way, probably right around here. So yeah, there we go. By wave 2, on the dot, we finally have all 100 ultimates fully placed out, and now we can definitely continue maxing out every single one of them. Yeah, now we can definitely turn on auto skip and allow that to happen, and it'll actually allow Toads to move once again too right away, just like that. And yep, now that we can let them move, we can definitely start max out every single one of them. So by wave 7, we max out the first row, and by wave 9, we max out the second row. Yeah, once we actually defeat the wave 10 boss, though, we'll definitely max out the final row, but yeah, I'm also going to set one of our Chrono Clockmans to strongest, weakest, and first, just to maximize the amount of 80% toilets so we can do. But yeah, there's the wave 80 or the wave 10 boss, and there it instantly goes. Yeah, now we can definitely continue max out the final row. So there we go, finally last, by wave 12, on the dot, we finally maxed out the final upgraded Titan Clockman. Oh, never mind, by wave 13, we finally maxed out everything. Like I said though, now we'll actually set one of our Chrono Clockmans to last, one of them on strongest, and one of them on weakest, just to make sure we can maximize the amount of slowing we do. And just like last time, let me just unselect everything just so we don't have to deal with that annoying infinite health above their head. It is so annoying to have that up there. So there we go. By wave 17, we finally unselected everything, and now we're already 3 waves away from wave 20. And 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, there we go. We officially made it to wave 20 on the dot. On wave 20, we have the mutant Toyota 2.0 spawning in. So there it is right then, and there it instantly dies right here. Yeah, the main upside of having all these ultimates on our team is that we have so many abilities that we can be using too. So because of that, I have a very long, or I guess a very likely thought of us actually being able to beat wave 150. I guess only time will tell. Now see you guys once the wave 30 bot spawns in for now. So yeah, nice. Now we officially made it to wave 30, and on wave 30, here comes the flying duel. Buzzsaw duel just instantly dying right here. I'll take it. You know the drill. See you guys by wave 40 next. Yup, nice. There we go. We made it to wave 40. This time the glitch tool died right here. Yeah, nice. Now we also finally made it to wave 150 on the dot. And on wave 150, this time around, we also have another boss spawning in. This time being the giant smooth toilet. So yeah, there it is. And it actually got rewinded this time. I'll take it. There we go, though. Now we also made it to wave 60. But on wave 61 is typically where the wave 60 boss spawns in. So this depressed skeleton toilet once again. And last time I'm pretty sure it died right over here. Oh wait, no, it was right over this way. But this time it's gonna die in the very front, and it actually got rewinded once again. I'll take it. Yup, bang, nice. Now we also made it to wave 70, and I'm curious to see if the wave 70 boss also gets rewinded. Yup, there it is once again with 34 million health, and let's see, will it actually get rewinded? Come on, tell me, Will. Tell me. Let's see, it's already down to half health, so I don't think it's going to. Yeah, oh wait, never mind, it did with 9 million health still. Okay, I'll take it. And yeah, now we already took out the wave 80 boss. I didn't even have time to commentate over it because of how quickly it died. Yeah, boom, there we go. Now we also made it to wave 90, and don't worry, I won't miss the wave 90 boss spawning in. As yep, it is the Broken Heart tool, which is a super easy boss to defeat still. So there it is right there with 144 million health, and I'm definitely curious to see how quickly we can defeat it. As now it's finally down to 120 million health, 110, 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and nice. This haven't died over this way. I guess I'll take it. Yeah, it's honestly really not that bad at all. It's a solid start for sure, and yeah, for the most part, I just double checked, and yeah, the majority of these guys are fully boosted out too. Besides like maybe 1 or 2 upgraded time clockmans, but that's about it. Anyway, yeah, even up until wave 94, literally no enemy can really get much past this corner right here unless it's a boss. But okay, by wave 95, enemies are actually starting to round this corner. Now we're only 3 waves away from wave 100 though. 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and bang, there we go. We officially made it to wave 100 on the dot. Now even more enemies are starting to round this corner too. But at least now we're starting to keep up, as now enemies are getting spawn killed all the way in the very front over here once again. Either way though, there's the wave 100 boss, the DJ Toy 2.0. And so yep, we already got it below 200 million health, 150 million, 100 million, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and yeah, the DJ Toy 2.0 died basically where the Broken Heart tool died, even though that's sort of where it died last time. I'm pretty sure last time it died over here. So dying over this way isn't really much of a difference, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely gonna be close, for sure. Although even these quad rocket shield tools died over this way, and last time I'm pretty sure they made it all the way over here. So I guess it's not really that close quite yet. Now we're only 3 waves away from wave 110 though, and now we actually have quad rocket shield tools making it into this corner of the map. But I'm pretty sure these ones were able to make it all the way over this way, so it's really not that bad. Now we're only 2 waves away from wave 110 though. And 1 wave away? Yeah, boom, there we go. Now we made it to wave 110, and still nothing much has really gotten too far. On wave 112 is when the wave 110 boss spawns in, so yeah, there's the mutant pumpkin tool with 292 million health. And I'm pretty sure last time this one got right around, oh yeah, it died right over this way. I remember the 282 health one got over here, but this one died over this way. So let's see where it dies this time. It's now down to 250 million health, 200 million health, 150, 100, 10, and yeah, this time it's gonna die right here, so I guess slightly earlier than last time. Not by a lot though, that's a little bit concerning, but again, to be fair, we have so many abilities to use as well. So I guess we really can't be worried at all, especially considering most of these guys aren't even really attacking at all either. Although it did take around 5 waves to defeat, which is definitely quite a lot. Yeah, now we're right back to spawn killing, as now enemies are only over to this corner, and now we're 3 waves away from wave 120, and 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, there we go. We officially made it to wave 120 on the dot. On wave 120, unlike all the other waves, this one actually spawns on wave 120, and it's obviously the Astro Toll with 246 million health on it. Yeah, there it is right there, and we already got it below 240 million health, 200 million, 150, 100, and nice. This time, this one's actually gonna die even earlier than the mutant pumpkin tool died over here compared to last time when it got all the way over this way. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely starting to see a difference, bro. It seems like the ultimate team is definitely gonna be able to at least make it to wave 160, if not higher. But I'll just see you guys on wave 130 since nothing really too tanky or anything too scary is spawning in unless an enemy gets to this corner. See you guys soon. Okay, wait, hold up. Here we go. On wave 126, we actually have a few more mutant pumpkin tools actually starting to reach the corner. Wow, yeah, this one made it right here. Luckily, we just barely took out those mutant pumpkin toilets. And now we're officially 3 waves away from wave 130. But now we're only 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and boom, there we go. We officially made it to wave 130 on the dot. Still nothing much has really made it to this corner quite yet. But I have a feeling that'll definitely change with this next boss spawning in on wave 130, which is the rabbit toilet. Yeah, this boss has nearly 3 times more than any other boss so far, so yeah, there it is. But now we already got it below 600 million health, 500 million, 400, 300, 200, 100, and nice. This time it actually did round the corner. As you can see, it was facing this way, which means it officially did round it, but literally as soon as it did round it, we took it out. Because of that, though, now we have even more mutant pumpkin tools and a few more DJ Toilet 2.0s also starting to round the corner, as you can see here. Which honestly isn't really too big of a deal, as even though they do round it, they still immediately die right afterwards. Yeah, that boss took 5 waves to defeat though. That definitely took quite a while, but at least we were still good to get it. But now we even have some more Astro Tools setting the new world record all the way over here. Yeah, now we're 3 waves away from wave 140 though. 2 waves away, 1 wave away, and bang, now we officially made it to wave 140. On wave 140, just like last round, we have another secondary Astro Toilet spawning in. But in the meantime, we still need to take out all these DJ Toilet 2.0s as well as this Astro Toilet in the front. But yeah, there's the secondary Astro Toilet right then, and there with 317 million health. Already we got it down to 300 million health though. And now we finally took out all these DJ Toilet 2.0s all the way over this way. Yeah, those took absolutely forever to take out, but there goes the last one over here. And now the second is down to 200 million health, 100 million now that it put down its shield. And nice, let's see, can we get it without it putting much shield anymore? Come on, 30, 20, 10, and nice. Just barely we took it out without it putting much shield a single more time. Yeah, that boss took absolutely forever to defeat, and now we finally have enemies constantly running in this corner. But for the most part, we are still able to manage the majority of it, so now let's see you guys on wave 150. Okay, hold up. By wave 148, we already have a quad rocket shield tools now making it to this corner of the map. But luckily, once we took out those, as well as this mutant pumpkin tool in the front, now enemies are back over to this corner. But there we go. We officially made it to wave 150. Unfortunately, the boss always spawns on wave 151. But yeah, we are definitely getting to the point to where we have so many enemies making it extremely far. So it might be a good idea to just cycle through all of our abilities just like what we did right there. Yeah, this will hopefully allow us to basically clear out everything. In fact, we already got the Juggernaut below 600 million health as well as 500 million. And now enemies are only back over to this corner, and now it's down to this last 400 million health right then and there. And just like that, all the abilities are officially over, but it still has 350 million health on. For the most part though, I think that was worth it because now we can get both of our abilities back later on and use it once we make it to wave 160. But now we finally got the Juggernaut Astro Toilet down to its last 300 million health on this corner, 200 million health now that his shield is gone, 100 million health on this corner. But dang, already by wave 156, we're already about to reach the toilet cap. In fact, yeah, now that it's about to skip to wave 157, we will definitely reach it, but finally we took out the Juggernaut Astro Toilet. Yeah, just like that, we reached over 200 toilets on the map now that we made it to wave 157, and now we're actually 3 waves away from wave 160. But unfortunately, we actually have an Astro Spider Toilet in the very front now, which is going to make it so tough to defeat everything else, making it super far. Honestly though, this is around where the points where we lost last time, so yeah, if we're not able to take care of all this stuff, including the Astro Spider Toilet right here, I think we're literally just officially dead. Yeah, now we finally got the Astro Spider Toilet below 2 billion health, and now that we're finally about to reach below 200 toilets, now we're gonna be on wave 158, meaning now there's only 2 waves to go until we're on wave 160. As soon as we get our time slot back though, we are definitely gonna immediately use it just to maximize the amount of damage we can do on the Astro Spider Toilet. So yeah, as soon as it reaches this corner right here, we'll immediately use it just like that. Boom, use it. Yeah, this is basically the best possible spot to use it besides this corner over this way, because yeah, this is basically where we're dealing the max amount of damage, and now we're only 1 wave away from wave 160. And boom, now that we finally made it to wave 160 on the dot, as soon as we take out 10 more toilets, we already got the Astro Spider toilet below 1 billion health. Yep, there we go though. It officially skipped to wave 160 on the dot, and this is obviously when the next boss spawns in. But unfortunately at this point, we still have to wait over a minute to get our corrupting smite back, which is definitely quite a while. Luckily, once we do get it back, we will definitely immediately use it, because by then the wave 160 boss will have spawned in. But now the Astro Spider toilet is down to its last 500 million health. And wait, what? Wait, where did it go? Wait, I think it instantly died somehow. Well, I guess I'll take it. Yeah, nice. Now enemies are only back over this way, so somehow we took out the wave, the Astro Spider toilet. But yeah, there's the carrier Astro toilet with 3 billion health on it. That of which we already got below 3 billion health. And here we go. Now that we finally have our corrupting smite back, let's just instantly use this once again, just like that, just to DPS everything down a little bit more. And yep, now that the ability is gone, unfortunately enemies are still all the way over here. Yeah, being able to beat wave 150 is definitely going to be a challenge. I'm not so sure if we're going to be able to do it, but I guess we'll find out shortly enough. But oh boy, there's another Astro Spider tool to defeat with 2.2 billion health, so that of which started out with 2.8 billion. Luckily at this point, we already got the carrier Astro tool below 2.5 billion health, which is at least somewhat decent. And yep, now that we have our ultra time stop back, let's just instantly use it once again all the way over here. Yeah, at this point, we still have to wait around 200 seconds to get every single ability back, but we do have a Warlord Rewind that we can use at a last minute second in order to stay alive at least temporarily. But yeah, dang, with 266 toilets on the map, this is extremely tough for sure. Yeah, just like that, the ability is already over, and it says 1.6 billion health. But now we finally got it down to its last 1.5 billion health over here, 1 billion health over this way, and now we only have to wait 100 seconds to get any of our abilities back once more. Finally, unless we are below 200 toilets on the map, so now it's continuing to skip to wave 166. And now we finally got the carrier Astro toilet below 2 billion health, and now we finally are 3 waves away from wave 170. Yeah, finally at last, the Astro Spider toilet will die all the way over this way, now that it's down to its last 100 million health. As yeah, there it goes all the way over this way, right about here, in 3, 2, 1, and nice. There it finally goes. Yeah, at last we finally took out that boss, and now enemies are only back over here once again, and now we only have to wait 20 seconds to get any of our abilities back, which we will definitely have to instantly use instead of waiting for the wave 170 boss to spawn in, because we need to clear all these enemies out ASAP. So here we go, we get everything back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom. Let's just start spamming all of our abilities down. Boom, boom, corrupting smite, I could use an angelic smite, and an ultra time stop. Yeah, nice. This should definitely help out a lot, as now the carrier Astro toilet is down to 1 billion health in the very front, and we also have a giant Astro Spider in the front too, and now we're only 2 waves away from wave 170, and now it's down to 500 million health, and now we're only 1 wave away from wave 170, and boom, we actually were able to take out the carrier Astro toilet finally at last. I'll take it. Unfortunately, as soon as we did take it out though, now we are done with all of our abilities, which sucks. But for the most part, we actually were able to clear out basically everything. I mean, there's only 70 toilets on the map once again, and now we made it to wave 170. Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite a while before we get any of our abilities back once again, and soon enough we'll reach the toilet cap again too. But yeah, there's the wave 170 boss, the Astro Duchess with over 10 billion health on. Yeah, keep in mind, we're literally going to have no ability to take it out whatsoever, and we have a bunch of Astro Spider toilets on these waves too. So if you thought taking out 1 with no abilities was tough, think about how tough it's going to be with taking out 5 at once. Yeah, practically impossible, especially considering it's not even the main target for now. We still have to defeat the giant Astro Spider in the front with 500 million health. Yeah, finally at last, this one's basically dead in the very front, even though a few giant Astro Spider toilets are starting to pass it. As, yeah, there it goes all the way over this way, right about here in 3, 2, 1, and yep, there it finally goes. I'll take it. Yeah, unfortunately at this point though, now we already have giant Astro Spider toilets making it all the way over here. Oh wait, no, these are just normal Astro Spider toilets, but it doesn't really make a big difference at all. But yep, just like that, we already reached the toilet cap once again, literally less than 5 waves later. Now we finally also got the Astro Duchess down to its last 10 billion health. And yep, as soon as we get our ultra time stop back, we'll definitely use that in a few seconds. In fact, yeah, let's just use it in 3, 2, 1, and bang, let's use it. Yeah, hopefully that'll stop us from losing quicker, because yeah, now we're finally starting to DPS these guys that are actually down a decent amount, as now they're all down to 2 billion health. And dang, now we're almost at 300 toilets on the map. Yeah, jeez, this is getting bad. The ability is already over there, and yeah, now they're basically all down to 2 billion health. In fact, yeah, they're a little bit less than 2 billion, it seems. And now we only have to wait 50 seconds to get our corrupting smite back, which we'll also instantly use again. Now it's down to its last 10 seconds, though. But yeah, just look how many Astro Spider toilets there's all the way over this way, bro. We would be so cooked if we didn't use this ability, but yeah, finally at last we can use it right over here. And yeah, that's keeping me alive just barely for sure. Oh my goodness. Yeah, even though we did use the ability, I think we're honestly just dead either way, even though now we finally got the Astro Dust just below 9 billion health, and now we're 3 ways away from wave 180. But yep, unfortunately, just like that, now we're down to our last 70, or yep, there goes the ability right then and there, and now we're 2 ways away from wave 180. But it's just not enough to take care of any of these Astro Toilets. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, for the majority though, we did get basically every single one fairly low enough, so I guess I can't complain too much. And we can use our Warlord Rewind last second if we absolutely need to, which definitely seems like it is going to need to happen, but it's just not going to be enough. Yeah, now we're 1 wave away from 180, but finally at last, even though we used our Warlord Rewind, we lose in 3, 2, 1, and yep, G freaking G's. Wow. Yeah, 166 waves beaten. I'll take it once again. Yeah, here's the final leaderboard to wrap up the video. We have Ultimates in first place with 166 waves beaten, and a little bit waves behind it with 150 waves beaten is obviously the Celestials. Yeah, I guess that decides that Ultimates are still slightly better because, I mean, to be fair, they have so many abilities with them. But I'm sure as time progresses and this game evolves even more, I'm sure there's going to be a few more Celestials, so we'll definitely have to redo that challenge, this challenge later on. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we're still trying to hit 300,000 subs on this channel by the end of the year. And yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video very soon. Peace out, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, please.